Hello everyone. We are studying about the different types of connective tissue. In this session, we will study about the skeletal connective tissue. As the skeleton system gives support to our body, in the same way, this skeletal tissue is the supportive tissue and it is found in all the vertebrates. They are of two types. You have already studied about cartilage and bone in your previous classes. So cartilage, the nature of the cartilage. It is non-porous tissue in which intercellular matrix is abundant, composed of proteins and slightly hardened by the deposition of calcium salts. It is a non-porous tissue. It does not have any pores and the intercellular matrix is abundant. Lot of intercellular matrix is present in this, and this matrix is composed of proteins and the calcium salts which makes the matrix slightly hardened. The matrix, that is the chemical substance found in the cartilage, is a delicate network of fibers and cells which completely occupy the fluid-filled spaces are known as lacunae. This matrix that is found in the cartilage is a delicate network of fibers, and some fluid-filled spaces are there, and these fluid-filled spaces are known as lacunae. As the blood vessels are absent in the matrix, this matrix does not contain any blood vessels. The cartilage is surrounded by a layer of dense connective tissue called perichondrium, through which nutrition reaches the cartilage. Now see, as the blood vessels are absent, so how this cartilage will get the nutrition? So this cartilage is surrounded by, here you can see in this diagram, this is a diagram of cartilage, and this cartilage is surrounded by a layer of dense connective tissue, and this layer is known as the perichondrium. This perichondrium supplies nutrition to this cartilage, as this perichondrium contains the blood vessels, and in these blood vessels which are present in the perichondrium, they supply nutrition to the nutrients to the cartilage. Now about the location. Cartilage is found in the ear pinna, the external ear, bridge of the nose, rings of trachea. Cartilage is found, as it is not hard but it is slightly hardened, it is flexible, we can say cartilage is flexible, so it is found in the ear pinna. Ear pinna means external ear, bridge of the nose, the gap or we can say the space between the two nostrils, that is known as the bridge of the nose, and the rings of the trachea. Our trachea is made up of rings, and these rings of the trachea are also made up of cartilage. It is present in the intervertebral disc of mammals and at the end of the long bones. We have vertebra. Our backbone is made up of vertebrae, and these vertebrae also have the cartilage, and the end of the long bones have cartilage. Now see here, you can see this diagram of a cartilage. This is the matrix. These are the empty lacuna, and this contains the bone cell, this cartilage cells. These are chondrocytes. These are the cartilage forming cells. Chondrocytes are the cartilage forming cells, and this is the perichondrium which supplies nutrients to the cartilage. This is the first type of skeletal tissue. It is flexible, we can say, and it is present in the external ear, that is pinna. Now about the bones. Nature. It is hard porous tissue. Cartilage is non-porous. No pores are present in cartilage, but in bones it is a porous tissue. Many pores are present in the bones. Matrix contain phosphates and carbonates of calcium and magnesium, which accounts for its hardness. So this matrix of bone is composed of carbonates and phosphates of calcium and magnesium, which uh, makes these bones very hard. Matrix is in thin concentric rings or circles called lamellae. Now this matrix is present in the form of concentric rings. See, these are the concentric rings. Concentric rings means circles with same center but different radii. You can see this is one circle, center is here. This is one circle, this is another circle. So are known as the concentric circles, and these concentric circles are known as lamellae. Bone cells, osteocytes with protoplasmic process called canaliculi lie between the lamellae in the fluid-filled spaces called the lacunae. As in cartilage also we have seen the fluid-filled spaces, they are known as the lacunae. Now see, these bone cells, they are known as the osteocytes. There we have seen in cartilage forming cells are known as chondrocytes, but here these bones forming cells are known as osteocytes with protoplasmic processes called canaliculi. You can see this is a diagram of bone cell, and these are the canaliculi. They are the protoplasmic we can say processes, and they are known as the canaliculi. These are the bone forming cells, that is osteocytes, and the fluid filled spaces, these are known as the lacunae. Bone is covered by a sheath of white fibrous tissue, that is tendons, called the periosteum. Bone is covered by a periosteum, that is a sheath of white fibers, that is known as that is made up of tendons. A long bone has a hollow cavity filled with marrow, which is richly supplied with blood vessels. Now, long bones have a hollow cavity which are filled with marrow, and this marrow is richly supplied with the blood vessels. Long bones are present Haversian canal having blood vessels, nerves, and connective tissue. In the long bones, Haversian canals are present. These are the Haversian canal. You can see here this one, Haversian canal, and it contains the blood vessels, nerves, and connective tissue. Now, location of the bones. Bones form the internal skeletal framework of the body. Bones are hard, they form the skeletal framework of our body. Now, functions. Bones protect the internal organs like brain, lungs, and heart. As we all know, children, that bones are very hard and they protect our internal organs. As the brain is protected inside the skull, lungs are and heart, they are protected inside the rib cage. So they forms a skeletal framework of our body. They also provide attachment for the muscles. They forms the attachment for the muscles, as we have seen that in the fibrous connective tissue, that these tendons, they provide attachment of bones to the muscles. Now, the end of the long bones manufactures the red blood cells. The long bones, they are filled with the marrow, which are richly supplied with the blood vessels. So the end of these long bones manufactures the red blood cells. So these are the functions of the bones. Again, you see this matrix is in the form of concentric rings, and these concentric rings are known as the lamellae. Haversian canal is there. Fluid filled spaces, which are known as the lacunae, and the protoplasmic processes of this bone cell is known as the canaliculi. So here are some questions, children. Define the Haversian system. What is a Haversian system? The Haversian canal, the lamellae, lacunae, bone cells, and canaliculi forms the Haversian system. All these lamellae, bone cells, canaliculi, together they forms a Haversian system. Now, what is canaliculi? These are the fine radiating canals around the bone cells which supply blood to the bone cells. These, see here, these canaliculi, they are the radiating canals around the bone cell which supply blood to the bone cells. What is lamellae? These are concentric rings, circles having same center but different radii of the matrix. See here, these are the concentric rings with the same center but different radii. This is one circle, this is another circle, and both the circles are having different radii. So these are known as the concentric circles, and they are known as the concentric lamellae. What is lacunae? These are the fluid filled spaces that encloses the bone cells. Fluid filled spaces. They are known as the lacunae. So here we end this skeletal tissue. In the next session, we will study about the other connective tissue. Thank you.